Hello friends, my name is Raj Loyal and today I am going to speak about the speaking section. In this video, I'll tell you what is the speaking section all about and how you can handle it. Yeah. So first of all, the thing that you should know is that speaking section is a face-to-face interaction. So you'll be meeting an examiner and you will be talking to an examiner. The examiner will be asking you questions. The thing is that it won't last for a very long time. Speaking section is usually 12 to 15 minutes. It's never more than 15 minutes. Yeah. So all you need to do is talk to an examiner. The examiner will ask you a few questions, and that is the speaking section about. Yeah. The speaking section is of three parts. The first part will be introductory questions. The introductory questions will be somewhere around 4 to 5 questions. And the questions will be related to you, like where do you live, what is your education, or what are your future plans, what are your hobbies, things like this. Yeah. So these questions will be very easy related to you. You just need to answer the questions related to whatever it is the question is asking you. Yeah. The second part is a topic given to you. The topic is usually given to you on a cue card. Now you have 2 minutes to speak about it and 1 minute to prepare for it. So you're given a pencil and a paper, and you can note down points. You can prepare yourself, and the topics are also generally very easy. The topics are not very difficult. Yeah, the topics are very everyday common topics. Like it can be as easy as which restaurant do you like and why do you like it. Yeah. Or they can ask you to describe a memorable journey or a memorable vacation, or your favorite movie. It can be anything. Yeah, the topic will be very general. What they are really looking for is how well you can express yourself, even on an easy topic. Yeah, and then after the topic, there are some follow-up questions. The follow-up questions, some of them will be related to the topic. Maybe the examiner wants to know a little bit more information about what you have just spoken. The follow-up questions can be related to other topics also. Yeah. And that is the format of the speaking test. Yeah. So as easy as it sounds, you need to prepare yourself. First of all, you should know what are the criteria. The criteria, the first and the most important, is fluency. You really need to be very fluent. Yeah. You can't stumble, you can't stutter, you cannot take a lot of long pauses. Yeah, try not to use a lot of fillers like but, things like these. Yeah. And in order to be very fluent, you need to prepare yourself according to that, which I will talk about later in this video. Yeah. The second criteria is grammar. Of course, because this is the test for English language, and they are looking for things like grammar and the other criteria, which is vocabulary. And grammar and vocabulary, these two things are very important. Yeah. It will show the examiner how good you are with the English language, how well you know the grammar, how well you can use it to express yourself. There are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind, that grammar and vocabulary needs to be as proper as possible, because if you make mistakes there, then your marks will be cut. It is a very important criteria for the speaking test. And the last is pronunciation. Now pronunciation is very important because it is the speaking test. Yeah, for other tests, for other sections, there are different criteria on which you will be judged, but for speaking, one of the most important criteria is pronunciation. Pronunciation doesn't mean that you have to have an American accent or a British accent or an Australian accent. What you need is a normal neutral accent. Yeah? By pronunciation, or by having a good pronunciation, it means that you should not have any mother tongue influence. So if you do have, try to get rid of it. That will only come with practice. There are things which you can do to improve yourself, yeah? To improve, to practice, to become a bit better with speaking. Yeah. First thing you need to do is you need to practice every day. Yeah, practicing every day is very important. You may think that, okay, I'm taking the test 2 months later or 3 months later or 1 month later. It doesn't matter how much time you have left. You need to practice every day, because uh, the more you practice, the better you will get. Everyone knows that practice makes perfect. Yeah, it is very true with the speaking section. See, because with English or a language which you are not usually communicating in, what happens is you can form the sentences in your mind, but it is difficult to speak them. That's a problem with a lot of people who do not speak English regularly. So you need to speak and practice every day. For practice, what you can do is find someone with whom you can talk to in English. It's just regular conversation. It doesn't have to be something related to the test. Just regular conversations. Yeah. Or on days or at times when you can't find someone to speak to, you can just practice alone. Just read aloud. Just speak aloud. Get used to speaking the words in English, and that will help you a lot. The next thing, as I told you, grammar and vocabulary are very important for the speaking test. So you need to improve your grammar and your vocabulary. You can improve your grammar and your vocabulary both with reading, reading articles, books. Reading always helps, as I've told in my video in the introduction, that reading will help with all the sections, and it will help with speaking also, because you get used to the grammar, you get used to the vocabulary. These things will help you a lot to improve your grammar and vocabulary. You can also read some specific books on grammar. You can also do some exercise to improve your vocabulary, but grammar and vocabulary needs to be improved, because when you are expressing yourself, you should find the right words to say what you want to say. You should find the right form of the words to say. That is grammar. So you need to improve your grammar and your vocabulary. And because of the speaking test requires you to speak on a topic, and then some of the questions will also be very general. It will be a good idea to improve your knowledge. Yeah, doesn't mean that you just sit and read general knowledge books. I just read some articles on different topics, which will also help you with your grammar, which will also help you with your vocabulary, and also help you gain some extra knowledge, which you can use to answer some questions or talk on the topic that is given to you. There are a few things to remember for the speaking test. One is be confident. Confidence is the key for the speaking test. Even though I've already told you about the criteria are fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Confidence, even though it is not one of the criteria, it plays a very important role in the speaking section. Because if you are not confident, you will make more mistakes. If you are not confident, your answers will not be good enough. So you need to be very confident while you are speaking, and that confidence will only come with practice. If you know in your mind that you are comfortable with English, then you will be more confident. If you know that, okay, my English is not so good, then you will be less confident. And then you need to get to a point where you are confident enough to talk to someone in English. And being confident will help you a lot with the speaking test. Another thing is to stay relaxed. A lot of people are very nervous when they go for the speaking test, because what happens is it's a face-to-face interaction, as I told you earlier. And then a lot of people are very nervous talking to a stranger, and especially knowing that this examiner is going to score everything that I say, and that will lead to a lot of nervousness. But you have to remember that you need to stay relaxed, because if you're not relaxed, there are more chances of making mistakes. So keep that in mind. Also, talking about the examiners are very friendly. Yeah, so you need not be nervous about the speaking test. The examiners are very friendly. They will help you a lot. They will make you feel very comfortable. So what you need to do for the speaking test is improve your speaking abilities, improve your knowledge of English, grammar, vocabulary, practice as much as you can, and be very relaxed and confident. And if you do and follow all these things, your speaking test will be very good. Yeah. So thank you for watching this video. I will talk about other sections in my other videos. Thank you. Bye bye.